Hello guys, welcome to another video of basic Python for beginners. In this video I'll be talking about how to open files that are .csv extension. So those files can be a little bit tricky to work with, in a sense that if I open a CSV file over here, CSV comma separated values, there is a comma in between each value. So you can use the dot split function to get rid of the commas and to list every line to make it a list without the comma, and then just use the small script that I showed in the previous video, which is the lambda function, to get rid of the /n, which is the new line. But there's a better way to use the CSV files. So there's a library called CSV, and this library is just for CSV files. So we still have to have a file path. So let's just make a variable called path, and it's obviously a string. So let's call it. So I have it here called x.csv, but that's not the path because we have x.csv is in a folder called assignment brackets. So obviously you need to give the full path /x.csv, and we have file. Well, just like the previous video, I showed how to open a file using the with function or the keyword, but here we would use the regular function, which is just open, and this takes a path and takes also a mode, which is let's call it read. And so now we stored the file object inside this file variable, and now we want to loop through it. So CSV has multiple rows if you think about it, so we can just loop through each row and store it. So let's call this row 1 equals list, and row 2 equals list, and now let's loop through the whole file and populate those lists. So for row in csv.reader, and this takes a file which is we stored in the file variable over here. So what csv.reader does is basically breaks every line into a list, and it removes the /n or the /n, which is exactly how you will do it using the with function, but this just does it for you. So now every row is basically a list, and since we know that our CSV file has two elements, we have the beach name and the rating, and this will be in the final project as well. So we know that there is two rows, so this would be row 0 and this would be row 1, and I guess I should change my naming. And now for row in csv.reader, the variable row would be a list with two elements. So you would say row 0 dot append, which appends an element to a list, row 0. And what this does is it takes the first element, which is in our case the beach name. So let's just change the name one more time. Ratings, and it takes the beach name and it stores it over here, but we haven't stored the rating, so we just copy this, and we need to also change the names. So this would be names, and this would be ratings, and we append the first element of that list, which is our rating over here. And let's now print them just to make sure that we have stored it. For I in range names print. So I'm gonna use something called an f string, I'm not sure if you guys want me to make a tutorial on F strings. They're just incredibly useful. Basically what they do is that they allow you to integrate variables into the print statement. The reach name is, so I use the curly brackets and then I put the variable that I want to print. Names I, and I don't have to have the comma. Rating of, and then I just put ratings on. If I just zoom out a bit, yeah. So yeah, this should loop through the whole list of names and ratings, because again they have the same length as our CSV file is consistent, and because we're appending them every time they have the same length, so we don't have to worry about that. And if I just run the file over here, yeah, it's a bit messy. That's the case with CSV files, that they can get a bit messy. Yeah, so the file I have is kind of long. I'm not actually sure how many elements it has. Yeah, it has just shy of 1,000 elements. So it gave us the correct rating. So just to make sure, that's a weird name, has a rating 5, and yeah, and let's see the first one, just to be absolutely sure. Those guys have weird names. Let's just go to the first one, and yeah, it also is correct. So yeah, those are CSV files. They're not that much different, and again you can use the with function or keyword to open them. I just feel like this one is a bit cleaner. I don't know. CSV reader, you will find it in basically everywhere. So yeah, in like a lot of languages you will have a module for CSV files, and CSV files are very useful. The only one left is JSON files. JSON files are also very important, and I use them quite a bit to store any type of data. They're just light and fast. But yeah, I'm not sure if you guys want me to make a tutorial on that. If you want, just write a comment and I'll do a video on it. It won't be long. So yeah, thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.